Hello, everyone. It's not my role to say thanks, but I just want to appreciate those beautiful songs been shared by the Hicam Chapel praise team, as well as the participation of pastors and others who have shared today. It's so beautiful. I see Madeline smiling. And I thank God for this opportunity to be together on this occasion. I did not expect to be standing here today, but I was challenged by members of the family if I would like to say something. I said, sure, I'm a pastor. Madeline, or Lynn for short, will surely be glad I'm sharing some precious words I know about her. Although I'm a pastor, Lynn is the more articulate one and would rise to express her opinion about significant issues on hand. Her last message at Cosmopolitan Church was on Mother's Day, as mentioned by Pastor Tarifi, a model for mothers and or parents. When she was done preaching, many mothers would like to have a copy of her sermon. And what Joel mentioned today about Madeline consulting or my consulting Madeline for anything, any important decision making, I would say, I'm the boss of this house, but I have my wife's permission to say so. I'm so proud of Madeline's beauty. Some thought of her as Bombay, especially in the Philippines, or Turca, or Indian. And hearing that comment, she would look at me and smile that beautiful smile. She is so proud of George's gift of piano and music and would say to me, if my parents were rich, I would have become an accomplished pianist. My response to her is, oh, you have accomplished a lot. All those 44 years of ministry, you have been a church pianist and a choir director, and most especially you left a legacy at the Picosat Ministry or Church in Michigan by producing a CD of spiritual favorites. And by the way, I have some of those there. You can pick up one if you don't have one already. The most important reason Madeline requested Gold and Alma Balatico for a memorial service here at MCC is because of her memorable time as secretary of the church and the school day care in the mid-90s. In preparing this memorial service, Madeline selected her favorite hymns and music with Georgie and me. Then she announced that Reverend Dr. Grant Lee will be the memorial speaker, Reverend Tarifi to share a tribute, and Mrs. Rigi Hunasa, a longtime church friend, to say some words, and Julia Estrella representing PAM, as well as the conference you mentioned, and the Women's Board Mission and other churches. The conference minister, of course, cannot come for some important leadership today, but she had shared generous gift to us. I know that many others would have loved to share about Madeline, but you have an opportunity. We will share together, talk stories during our meal celebration to provide for your expression of joy and or pain. Lastly, Madeline You know, I'm writing, I just copied this, and they were wondering if I was lost. I said, how can I be lost here? I always come over here. But I was just rewriting the preparations I had today. And it is small ones now, because I just want a page. Lastly, Madeline died in the most comfortable death ever, in her sweetest sleep, carried by God's angels. One thing to remember, just a week before her death, she said to Scott, my howly Filipino son-in-law, what can I do without you, Scott? And then 3 days before she died, all family members were around her bed. She said, let's talk reality. Then she paused and said, when? Of course, all we can say is, only God knows. Yes, indeed, God knows best. Her last Sunday, more than a dozen of people from Cosmopolitan Church, led by Pastor Tarifi, came for prayer and songs. On Monday, the 16th, she would wake me up in the morning, 5:30, and she would usually like to sit down by the bedside, and I would put my arms around her and start praying. Sometimes we stay there for almost an hour. When she gets tired, she would return to bed. Lots of prayer that Monday evening, even one from Michigan, whose life has been changed. She said she came because of that reason, because of Lynn's example in her life. The Zamoras prayed that night along with the Salis and the Luma Lansangs. And she was very restful. Then, Georgie and I, at around 1:30 in the morning, repositioned her in her bed. Tuesday morning, I slept through until I heard of Scott and Georgie coming inside the room, and Scott announcing, Mommy is gone. And my response was, praise the Lord. Thank God, her prayers have been answered. God bless everyone. And Madeline, it's not goodbye. We'll see you in the morning. The Cosmopolitan Choir finally are able to sing.